Are you an anxious attachment style partner? And did you recently go through a breakup with a fearful avoidant ex? And in the void of your breakup, you really want to know how your fearful avoidant ex is feeling? Then definitely keep watching. Hi, I'm Katya Morozova, personal and relationship coach for people who are ready to heal their relationship wounds, become secure in their skin, and really have healthy relationships. I'm also the founder of KatyaMorozova.me. I'm committed to helping people who have been wronged in relationships to speak up for themselves, to create the life and relationships of their own design. If you're new to my channel and you truly want to address the core of what it takes to have healthy relationships and truly show up as your authentic self in your connections, then definitely subscribe to my channel. I've been coaching for the last 8 years, helping people overcome debilitating relationship patterns in their love lives so that they can attract healthy partners and have lasting connections. I've helped clients heal from crippling anxiety, leave toxic marriages and relationships, and screen for high quality partners and ultimately provide them with the practical tools that will allow them to build secure relationships that work. Okay, before we talk about your ex, let's talk about what you might be feeling. Understanding breakup psychology can often have a calming effect on the mind-body system. So you recently went through a breakup with your fearful avoidant ex, and if you are an anxious attachment style partner, then breakups can feel really intense for you, and especially right in the beginning. You may find yourself riddled with thoughts of your ex, trying to figure out what they're doing, who they're with, and if they're thinking about you. Obsessive thoughts about your ex may be exacerbated if you went through a breakup with a fearful avoidant partner. FAs can be, if we can call them that, especially cold during a breakup in alignment with their hot and cold pattern. While you may know this about them, it doesn't change the emotional impact that this can have on you. Their coldness may feel like a complete and utter betrayal. You may wonder if they ever cared about you at all. Here's the first part that I want you to understand about your psychology. Confusion wants clarity. Being confused during a breakup can feel especially maddening, and your mind will naturally seek clarity to figure out why it happened, what you could have done differently. Why are they this way? All of these questions will have a tendency to circulate through your mind as you're going through a breakup. You will often feel like if you understand the why, it will lead to relief. In this video, I'm gonna provide you my opinion of what your FA partner could be thinking or feeling, but ultimately, I want you to remember that relationships and relationship breakups are dynamic. And people are dynamic. So remember this, the map is not the territory. So I'm going to suggest a map, but it might not be the reality of your unique situation. I'm going to break down 3 phases that your fearful avoidant ex is probably going to go through post-breakup. The first phase is freedom. The first phase that your FA partner is probably going to go through is feeling free. The reason for this is because fearful avoidants have such a deep fear of being caged or trapped in a relationship. And typically at the end of a relationship, they're feeling this way the most since it seems the breakup is imminent if they're the ones breaking up with you. Or if you were the one who broke up with them, then I would guess that there was probably a lot of acting out happening quite a bit in the relationship, which is why you probably broke up with him, because they were trying to sabotage the relationship. Then, when they're out of the relationship, they're going to feel free initially. They'll probably feel this rush of freedom and relish this new space that they have. They may still grieve the loss of the connection, but they'll be more focused on how they made the right decision or that it was the best choice for them. Now, this may not be exactly true that they are in the right about the ending of your relationship, but at the same time, this is the coping strategy or the mindset that the fearful avoidant has to take on in order to protect their identity and also to protect the choice that they made. All right, let's get into phase number 2. So I call the second phase the alternative perspective. This phase could take a few weeks to a few months. In this phase of the breakup, the FA might start to see things a bit clearer. Whereas in the first phase of the breakup, they'll cling to the idea that they're right and you're wrong, and that the breakup was the right choice. In phase 2, they'll have enough room from the connection to possibly see your point of view or have some semblance that you weren't exactly the one to blame. The length of this phase varies depending on how self-aware your FA partner is and how far they are in their development. And what I mean by that is their psychological development, how self-reflective they are, how much responsibility they're able to take in their life. And if they have a low capacity for self-reflection and are not really able to take responsibility for their actions, then this phase could take a lot longer, possibly years. All right, let's get into the final phase that the fearful avoidant probably goes through after a breakup with the anxious attachment style. The final phase is them professing their love to you. Well, this is the idea, this is the fantasy or the thing that the anxious attachment partner most wants while they go through a breakup. It is incredibly painful for the anxious attachment style partner to go through a breakup with a fearful avoidant who may have been extremely cold towards the end of the relationship. So at this point in the breakup, the fearful avoidant partner might start to come to their senses, again, depending on where they are in their development. And if they do come to their senses or, decide that they had made a big mistake, then what they'll do is they'll make a bid for connection. So that would be phase 3. They'll make a bid for connection for a number of reasons. They might do so because they want to get back together with you. They also might do that just to test the waters and see where you're at. And it's also possible that they reach out to you without much thought about it. So one of the things that the fearful avoidant partner is very guilty of is really acting on their emotions and being extremely impulsive in relationships and not really thinking twice. So they might reach out to you and again, without much of an intention. This is, and then there's some other factors that I think go into whether a fearful avoidant partner will reach out to you. And this really, can apply to anyone. I think also the content of the breakup will determine if and or when your fearful avoidant partner will reach out to you. So for instance, did the breakup happen for a legitimate reason? Did something unforgivable happen in the connection? Was there some kind of lying or cheating or things that it's hard to come back from in a relationship? Did that happen at the end of the relationship? Or was there a lot of resentment that was built up at the end of the relationship? The other factor that matters that's telling if they're going to reach out to you or not is how many times you've already broken up. So if you've broken up a lot already, then it might be a kind of a last straw for them. So there's a lot of factors that go into this, and I'm gonna guess that you probably watched this video to really hear me say that the fearful avoidant partner is going to reach back out to you. And while it's true that could happen, and they might actually reach out to you, just remember that it might not be in your best interest that this happens. If your fearful avoidant partner has caused you a lot of pain, if they have been hot and cold for years, and it's really tested your mental health and your emotional well-being, then it's probably in your best interest that they don't reach out to you, even if you want them to in the short term. I would recommend that you actually create a strategy for if or when this happens, and really communicate to yourself what you will do and how you will handle this this communication, because what that's going to do is really protect your mental and emotional health and your well-being. And it's also going to protect your healing process and grieving process, so that if this partner has been coming in and out of your life for a really long time, that you really have the power to move on from the connection. I'm curious to know what was most helpful for you to hear from this video? Let me know in the comments below. Ultimately, people are complex and you will never truly know what your FAX partner is feeling. I find that it's typically the anxious attachment style partner that needs to figure out what their ex-partner is experiencing and feeling because they believe it will quell their nerves and their pain. Remember, while it's possible that knowing what they are feeling will give you temporary relief, it is also temporary. Typically, the answer is only satisfying for a short period of time. You are looking for assurance, and while you can get temporary assurance from understanding what your ex is going through, ultimately, finding assurance within yourself is where the real peace will come from. Knowing that you're going to be okay with or without your ex will be the gateway to your mental health and emotional stability while you grieve the loss of the connection. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what other videos I can make for you. If you want to learn more about how you can heal your relationship wounds, feel secure in your own skin, and have healthy relationships, then definitely subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to watch more videos that support you in recovering from a breakup, check out my video on how to stop ruminating over a failed relationship next. It's gonna be up here somewhere. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.